I previously shared an easy way to make a little extra money on the side by testing websites. And we looked at two particular platforms, UserCrowd and Userlytics. Now, the biggest difference between these two was that with UserCrowd, they would send you these really short, I'm talking 1 to 3, maybe 4-minute style survey questions. And you would look at a particular website or even just some screenshots, and then you would answer a number of questions about them. But since this really only took you a couple of minutes to do, your pay was reflective of that. So you may only get 50 cents for a test, maybe $1, or at most $1.50 a test. But they also send a high number of these tests as well. Now, on the other hand, you had Userlytics, and these actually had a bit longer, more in-depth tests. So some of these would start paying as low as $10. So you would take a little bit more time, but you could also earn more money in just one sitting. Now, another big difference with Userlytics was that they also had interview style tests, which means that you were actually sitting down with an actual person and answering their questions while looking at a website. This would take a lot more time. It would go into a lot more depth, but because of this, you would also earn a lot more money. I saw tests that were $60, $70, $80, $100. So sometimes it was really worth it to be able to schedule out those tests. Now, for my work style, I find it much easier to be able to schedule out something, and that way I'm not being interrupted as I work. So with UserCrowd, you can certainly get your notifications, you just jump, you go do the test, but that means throughout the day you're being interrupted as you go. So it depends on your style of work. With the interviews, you can actually schedule those outside of your work hours or at a more convenient time for you, or at least a time where you can plan ahead so you are not interrupting your work. Now, why I'm bringing this up is because recently UserCrowd has announced that they are now going to be starting very soon interview style tests as well. This means that you can earn more money with them. So if you brushed off UserCrowd before, or if you are using them now, but you would like the opportunity to be able to earn more money, you can simply go into your settings into your account, and under the notifications there, in addition to tests, you can also ask to be notified of upcoming interviews. Now, just like with Userlytics, you're going to need to answer a few questions when they come out. And this is really just to qualify you. Are you the target audience that this particular company is looking for this particular test? So some you'll qualify for and some you will not. Now, once you actually qualify for this, you'll be able to schedule that remote interview. You are going to need to do this on your desktop computer, your laptop computer, so that you will be face-to-face with an actual person. But these tests will take place on a platform like Zoom, Google Meet, Skype, or something similar to that. It just depends on the particular test. But you do find out all of these details up front before you decide whether or not you are going to do them. Now, when it comes to payment, they are saying, because this is just starting, so of course this is probably going to change over time, but to get started, they are going to be paying $52, this is American dollars, $52.50 per 60-minute interview. So of course, if you have a 30-minute interview or a 90-minute interview, then of course the payment is going to fluctuate, but that is what they have announced so far. So if that is something that interests you, make sure to go into your UserCrowd account, make sure that that setting is on, and then you can also check off that you would like to receive push notifications or email notifications. So I will leave links to these down below in case you are interested in looking more into this. But I hope this helps in case you are looking to pick up a little extra money testing websites.